Hello, my diet tribe. Welcome to another video session of Let's Talk Diabetes with Nkiruka. So today we're going to be talking about personal choices that could negatively affect our diabetes management. We know that so many people living with diabetes, they tend to struggle with their diabetes management because of some poor choices that are made. Not like the choices are made voluntarily. We as humans, we are prone to making poor judgments sometimes. But I'm here to talk about these personal choices that negatively affect our diabetes management. I, for certain, am guilty of some of them. That was a few years ago, but I've come to terms with what I'm meant to be doing and how to do things correctly in order to see that my diabetes management is always on target and that everything I do just leads me to better health outcome. So number one culprit is our poor diet choices. So most times people tend to consume very excessive amounts of high carb foods, and this always impacts negatively on our overall diabetes management. We all know that diet is the bedrock for diabetes management. So if you get your diet wrong, everything goes wrong from there. And some people um, eat a lot of processed foods regularly. So try as much as possible, if you can, cook from scratch, because you can't say for certain how the meals were prepared, what ingredients were used, are they diabetes friendly ingredients, so you don't know. I usually advise that it's best, if you can, you prep your meals right from scratch. And then second culprit is the lack of physical activity. I know this is so much of a hassle with our busy schedules and all of that, but you just don't need to go out of your way to make yourself uncomfortable. Things that you love doing, if you love to dance, you can dance and sweat it out. That is a form of physical activity. If you're an indoor exercise person and you know that you can keep to routine of going to a gym or doing exercise routines in your own living room, by all means go ahead. So you don't need to say, oh, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. Just look for things that you can do that will physically get your body activated. And another culprit is skipping medications or insulin. Most times, a lot of people fall victim to this culprit that causes poor diabetes management. You need to try and create a routine. When you forget to take your prescribed medications or insulin, it results in a negative um, outcome for your overall diabetes care. And you should also know that you cannot adjust your doses without consulting your healthcare professional. Some people do those adjustments without even um, talking to their healthcare professionals, but you must do that. You can't do that on your own because so many things have to be considered. So, as individuals living with diabetes, we have to be very mindful. No adjustment of your doses until you see a healthcare professional. And another culprit, this one is inconsistent blood sugar monitoring. There is no way in this world that you will know what your blood sugar readings are if you do not check your blood sugar. Some people say, oh, I'll just check once a day. So what happens to the rest of the day? You don't know what's going on. You don't know how all the meals you have eaten have actually affected your diabetes management. So how would you know that, oh, I had too much bread, or I had 4 slices of bread, and that's the impact of the 4 slices of bread, if you don't check your blood sugar? So you need to be consistent in checking your blood sugars, and do not ignore any abnormal readings. If you find out, you need to dig, investigate, be the Inspector Clouseau, the diabetes Inspector Clouseau, and investigate. I always tell people, retrace your steps. You will see where you have fallen short of your care plan. So always retrace your steps. There is always something that you have done incorrectly that has resulted in your blood sugars being elevated. And the fifth culprit is the stress management. I am guilty of that. I have to learn to manage stress. It's difficult, but we also need to have at the back of our mind that stress also can impact negatively on our overall diabetes care. We need to try to get adequate sleep. I'm also guilty of that, but I'm trying my best to change that choice, or inevitable choice, I will say, of managing stress. So sometimes I just tell myself, oh, Nkiru, it's time, just zoom out and let yourself relax. Sometimes I just do that. I just tell my kids, oh, see, today, if it's going to be cereals you guys are going to have all day, if daddy is busy, go ahead, by all means, have your cereal. Mom's not going into the kitchen. If you don't want to eat what mom's prepped and stored in the freezer, then that's it. You can have toast bread or cereal, but you make it healthy. So sometimes I just zone out and just give myself that liberty to rest and calm down. And another culprit is most people tend to ignore professional advice. Like, you're missing your regular checkups or screening, and you're not following the advice the doctors or the dietitians or diabetes educators have told you to do. You need to follow through. Diabetes is not a disease that you do one aspect and leave the other aspect. No, it doesn't work like that. Diabetes works in tandem with some cardinal rules. So you must follow through all the rules to effectively see a good self-care management outcome. And then lack of planning. Oh, this is something that most people fall victim of. You're planning for a journey, you don't plan ahead, you don't plan for emergencies. This results to total mismanagement of your blood sugars, which now spirals into blood sugar readings that are way over the rooftop. So you need to always plan ahead. This is something that I always tell myself, Nkiru, you've got this 100%. I always plan ahead for anything I do. The first thing that comes to my head is always, remember all your diabetes supplies. Take all your glucose meters. Do you have enough insulin? Do you have sweeties around just in case you have a hypoglycemia? Do you have your blood glucose meter? In as much as I wear a continuous glucose monitoring system, I still go about with my glucose meters because technology sometimes does fail us. So I always have with me a glucose meter. So, like, I'll tell people, if you improve your awareness of all the aforementioned behaviors and make better choices, you can significantly improve your diabetes management and prevent complications. Remember, you can prevent these complications by making personal right choices. So if you've got any comments, you can drop a comment in the comment section. And remember, guys, you like, you subscribe, and you hit the notification bell so that you can get a notification when new videos come up on Let's Talk Diabetes with Nkiru. Bye.